guys. Heck, didn't even hear you come in. Hi, I'm Bob. Welcome to Adventures Found in my weekly report. On last week's report, I told you I was going to take us on a field trip up to Lake Erie, and that's what we're doing. Just outside of Port Clinton, just arrived here about a half hour ago. Just walked into this nice room here at the Holiday Inn Express. Isn't this a nice big roomy thing? Heck, you guys could have came along with me. Plenty of room. Anyhow, we're going to be attending the Governor's Fish Ohio Day tomorrow. We're going to go out on Lake Erie with some charter captains, some ODNR folks, and we're going to explore the lake a little bit, do some fishing, and talk about the lake here and see how it's doing. And so I'm going to get busy on these questions here, the questions I'm going to put before these ODNR experts and these charter captain experts, and see what the scoop is here on the big lake. So I'll see you at 5 o'clock in the morning. We'll head over to the Lake Erie's Shores and Islands Visitor Center and meet our captains. See you in a bit.
Lieutenant Governor Mary Taylor.
Well, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I catch the first and the biggest because it doesn't matter who catches the fish, it's mine. Right? Isn't that how it is on your boat? So anyway, it's, you know what, there as, final year serving as Lieutenant Governor, you think about all the things that you've had the opportunity to do. You start kind of reminiscing about the things that you're going to miss doing. This is truly my favorite event. I really love to fish. I love being on the lakes.
Experiment and until you catch one, and then do the same thing all over again. Remember what it is you did, okay?
Okay, thank you.
That's what we're looking for today.
That's the one we're looking for.
Okay, this is another yellow perch.
Does this area offer families that maybe typically run down to Myrtle Beach and those longer extended type vacations? What is here that they may come up here to save a few bucks and a short trip from home, maybe?
Yeah, it's very much that's what we hear. We'll hear people say that, yeah, we were thinking about going down to the ocean for a trip, but this is a lot closer drive, generally going to be less expensive, very similar options, and you can get condos and cottages and rental homes right on the water, right on the beach in some cases, and have all the different family-friendly and outdoor recreation activities right at your doorstep.
Full-time job out of college in the state of Delaware, wildlife agent.
Hey friends, look who I found. I found the captain's first mate. Just kidding. This is Mr. Mike Miller, our chief of the Division of Wildlife.
Hello, how are you guys?
We're good, we're good. So,
oh, there's a fish on my back. That's how good the fishing is. They're climbing on
did you see
us.
that? Did you see it? Yeah. So check that out. Is the goal to maintain what we have or improve what we have?
It's always, the goal of fish management is always to have more and bigger fish. There's a fine line there. You want to catch a bunch of fish, but you want to catch more bigger fish. And so that's our goal, is to make sure we maintain a high quality fishery, and we balance that with the opportunity for give people to go and get on the water and to go catch fish.
Gotcha. And our fishery right now here in Lake Erie, the fish population as well?
The fish population is really good from stem to stern, from west to east and east to west, all the way out to the Canadian line. People are catching walleye this year. We've had a tremendous walleye fishery now for 2 years. Looks like the future is going to be maintained that way. We've had a good perch hatch. It's going gangbuster right now. We're good for a couple of years.
Okay, great. So folks who haven't been up to fish for a while, this would be a good time to get up here.
If you remember the 80s or people talking about the 80s,
Right.
this is the 80s redone.
Gotcha.
And people should get up here.
Awesome. Thank you.
Good, appreciate it.
This is my captain buddy, Bob Sweeney, with
Good morning, Bob.
Captain Hook.
Captain Hook Guide Service out of Marblehead.
Yeah, and today well, I thought we were coming for some walleye, but we switched gears and now we're shooting for perch.
That's correct. The walleye have slowed down a little the past week and been a little tougher to catch. The perch have started to spark up, and so we decided to come after the perch.
Awesome. How has the fishing been in 2018? Perching, walleye, the whole 9 yards.
Excellent. We've only been perching the last, or myself anyway, the last week, but the walleye held up so well all spring and summer. The catching was fantastic. It wasn't just fishing, it was catching this year. That's pretty unusual.
Awesome. So what do you think of the fall coming up? Is it looking good?
Yes.
I know we can't predict the future, but
Yes. I think we're going to have a very good fall.
okay. So the guys and gals that may have not been up here to fish Lake Erie for maybe a decade or several years or whatever, would this be a good year to come up? And why?
Sure would. The next several years. A couple of record hatches and some very healthy perch. The reports are in the last 3 years, 4 years are just stellar, and we're starting to see the results now on the boats. I've been doing this a long time, and I don't think that I've seen it this good since the late 80s.
You hear that, folks? That's not a bullshit line. That's the real deal.
No, that's the real deal.
That's the real
right
deal.
There.
We're not trying to sell fishing trips. This is the honest truth. So, come up and see these guys. Captain Hook Charters and ride with Bob Sweeney.
Marblehead, Ohio.
There you go, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Lieutenant Governor. They continue to work tirelessly for this lake, whether it be Asian carp, ballast water, working on water quality, working on improving the fishery. The list goes on and on. And at ODNR, we're going to continue to improve our state parks. And just down the road here at Marblehead, we're working with the Friends Group to put in a new restroom and expand a parking lot. I know at Catawba Island, Jim Stouffer, right next to you there, we're doing the new boat ramp there. And North Bass Island, we're going to someday, very soon, Fred, when are we going to do this? We're going to roll out the lodge at North Bass, and you guys are going to get blown away by this new facility that we're going to make open to the public out there. And then you look at lawns on Middle Bass, and we're just going to continue to improve our state parks.
I can't thank Paul enough and the Lake Erie Charter Boat Association. I can now say, over a period of about a year and a month, I've had 3 fabulous, fantastic Lake Erie fishing trips, which only makes the appreciation that I have for Lake Erie even that much greater. The fact that we could come up here, catch, 102 perch and let another 30 or 40 go, and when we did fishing about 3 weeks ago, over out of Ashtabula, and boats were limiting out in an hour or 90 minutes, that's tremendous. When I talked to our fisheries staff, by the way, we've hired 3 fisheries biologists for Lake Erie to show our continued commitment to Lake Erie and its resources. The Wildlife Bill said it was unanimous in both houses, and that is a tremendous thing to get through the State House, something that's that popular with people. We did work with stakeholders to make it even better. But this is part of the recruitment, retention, and reactivation. We looked at this bill, or law now, to become effective, I think September 27th is what our date is, where we will begin selling 3, 5, and 10-year hunting and fishing license and lifetime license. Along with that, we're looking at also rolling out the auto renewal that'll also go along with that, which didn't need to be in the bill. So we're looking forward to these types of things. So the new fishing license that'll start after that date will be effective from the date you purchase. It won't be just from March 1st around to the end of February again. It'll be good from your date of purchase. The Chief of the Division of Wildlife will have discretion for certain types of events to exempt people from fishing license. For example, veterans events, Medal of Honor recipients. I've dealt with situations with Medal of Honor recipients coming to fish in Ohio, and they're only in here for an hour or two, and they have to go get a non-resident fishing license, for example. So the chief would have discretion for certain types of events to be able to say, you know what, you served your country, you're a Medal of Honor winner, you know what, for an hour fishing in Ohio, you don't need to go get a fishing license. So that's going to give some discretion. The non-resident Lake Erie fishing permit will be a permit for non-residents fishing for Lake Erie, fishing walleye, or anywhere in Lake Erie in the springtime, and that money goes into a special fund earmarked only for Lake Erie and Lake Erie fisheries. So that will help generate some additional local dollars that will directly affect Lake Erie and its fisheries, either for public access or research or whatever we need to do to deal with that. Then of course the hunting license and apprentice fur takers permits. We took the 3-year moratorium off of the apprentice licenses. We didn't need a 3-year roadblock to get people back into hunting, fishing, and trapping, or to get them in there. You know, maybe at the end of 3 years, you need another year or two to decide what you want to do for a life sport or life hobby. We've taken that away. That's not going to be an issue. Mobility impaired persons on all-purpose vehicles on both private and public land. We're going to open up restrictions of the ability of people to go hunting and fishing, even on private property, with the use of ATVs and other all-terrain type vehicles, to a permit that they'll be able to get through the Division of Wildlife. You know, if you've gone off and served your country, or you have an illness that it handicaps you from being able to go hunting or fishing even on your own property, why should the state of Ohio get in the way of that? If all it means is you need a permit, you know, we're not saying chase deer around on your quad runner. What we're saying is you can sit on your quad runner, drive out there, put your blind up around it, and sit and hunt deer from it maybe, or mourning doves, or ducks, or squirrels. Right until this bill came along, that was currently illegal in the state of Ohio. So there's no reason for that. Let's make things a little bit simpler, because we're trying to get more people into hunting, fishing, and trapping. That's what we need to do. We have declining roles of hunters and anglers over my career.
Well, that's it, friends. That's a wrap here at Lake Erie. Fish Ohio Day. It's in the books. We're going to head home, cook up some of this perch we caught today. Woo, woo! See you next week on Adventure Found Weekly Report.
Yeah, we're talking about big boats and fishing.
You gonna bring Lynn up for the night bite?
Yeah, we'll come with you.
I don't